last night NASCAR raced at North Wilkesboro Speedway for the All-Star race, and Kyle Larson ends up winning the All-Star race. And yeah, I'm going to talk about the North Wilkesboro Speedway weekend as a whole. And yeah, let's get started with this video.
Back to reality.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR, and today will be the North Wilkesboro race review, which I'm going to recap the weekend in general, and most importantly, the All-Star race. So, first of all, NASCAR has announced that North Wilkesboro will be back for their All-Star race, which pretty cool to see a track that has been quiet and really been shut out, and they haven't raced NASCAR's in a race there since 1996, and it's back. So I gotta say, the racing was fun to watch. Drivers, drivers having a rough time handling with their cars slipping up, and just feel like it's a cool race, to watch there, considering how old the pavement is, which eventually that surface is gonna get repaved. So, because remember what we saw with Atlanta. I have a feeling North Wilkesboro is going to be repaved in the next 5 years. So, yeah. First of all, the truck race. Didn't really watch it, so I have no thoughts on it. But certainly had more wrecks than the All-Star race, no doubt about it. And Kyle Larson won it. And then, yeah, and and then, the heat races. I didn't really watch them, but I know Suarez and Busher won them, and they were pretty solid. And then the Open, I watched it, and there was a feud between Michael McDowell and Ty Gibbs. I heard that I believe Ty Gibbs got Michael McDowell, and that caused the 34 went up in the wall. And Noah Gragson, he got some damage from that one wreck as well in the All Star Open. But Ty Gibbs and Josh Berry were able to make it in. Favorite finished first and second in the Open, and the fan vote winner was Noah Gragson. But then he had damage on his car, so that team had to repair it. So, yeah. And now, that's it for the Open. Well, it was mostly dominated by Gibbs and Berry. And Almirola had a chance at it, but he didn't even make it in. So, yeah. Now, let's go and talk about the All-Star race. The main point here for the race review is the Cup Series All-Star race. And driver intros were really cool. And the first drivers who basically got to move those boos, I would say the top four would be Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, and Bubba Wallace, which I'm going to get to Bubba Wallace in a moment because he finished second in this race, and I saw on from the community that we're going to get to that in a moment when we talk about Bubba Wallace, but yeah, which I'm going to be doing a little rant, so stay tuned, guys. But for starting the All-Star race, it was Suarez and Busher, but Daniel Suarez led for a good first half of the race, first quarter of the race, and then Kyle Larson, man, he had the fastest car. Me and Ace 49, or I call Ace Rustine 49. We were watching live streaming. We were live streaming last night, and Ace Rustine 49 said that Kyle Larson must have been cheating because he said there's no way that Kyle Larson would have flown through that entire field. I mean, I see his point, guys, because I can understand where he's coming from, but Kyle Larson, he didn't fail post race inspection, so I don't know, but still happy for Kyle Larson, for how he won the All-Star race, guys, because he's been taken out of so many, I wanted Kyle Larson to win again because he's come so close so many times. I feel like he's a legit championship contender this season. I feel like it, guys. So, yeah. But, so, yeah. But, yeah. So, Kyle Larson, man, he practically dominated the second half of the race up until like lap 50, where Suarez, fell back to second, and drivers were starting to get up there. Like Denny Hamlin was starting to get up there in the first half. You got Truex. Well, Harvick was the guy who really surprised me. Harvick fell a lap down, and I thought he would just be, phew. But in that beautiful 29 car, man. But at the halfway point was led by Kyle Larson. Pit stops, you only had basically if you had like a caution, which is only just one caution where Stenhouse and Eric Jones got together in the All Star race, but that's practically it. So yeah, and I gotta say, man, this was a interesting race to watch, considering that I almost know nothing about North Wilkesboro. But all I can tell you is it was pretty cool seeing a track that was been basically torn down and bring it back up. I would say that's pretty cool. And Larson, then up from there, it was domination by Kyle Larson, pure domination by Kyle Larson, and he was able to win it. So congratulations to Kyle Larson, and yeah, and Bubba Wallace, guys, he finished second, guys. But however, I'm gonna show you guys the tweet bro. This was credit to this guy on Twitter. There was someone that hacked into Bubba Wallace's radio and said that disgusting message. Like, oh my gosh, guys. This is one of the number one things there's a negative about NASCAR, guys. There's one big negative, and that's the fan base. Now, NASCAR was at North Wilkesboro this weekend, which is indeed this is the hard center core fans for NASCAR. And Bubba Wallace, he did get the most boos, which, I don't see an issue with that with some, but for some, definitely, some people definitely are just ignorant, I guess, because the thing is, NASCAR fans just cannot let go of something that happened. It's really irritating me. It's so why can't these NASCAR fans just get over something? Like, come on, it's 2023. It's 2020 was like 3 years ago. Y'all need to get over that. And the fact that what that person said, that message, it was like, you don't belong in NASCAR, that just shows how racist that person is. Like, I am not kidding you. That message, that guy, that guy hacked in you and he said that, and he says go back to where you came from. I find that message to be extremely racist towards Bubba Wallace. That's just how I feel, guys. And this is an issue. NASCAR fans, most, not all, but some, are racist. I'm not kidding you when I say that. I am not joking when I say that. That's the number one thing that's bothering me right now for NASCAR. It's the fan base that I have a major issue with. A major issue. And, I just, I just don't understand. Like, do I think the sport is racist? No, I don't know. Absolutely not. NASCAR, absolutely not. But it's the fan base I just have a big issue with. And unfortunately, NASCAR's not going to be able to escape it. Because you want to know why? It's the fans. They're just, you know, get in there. So, the stupidity, man. Those fans just like to take the fun away from everything. Screw them, man. Just screw them. So, obviously, that guy that's hacked into this Bubba Wallace's radio and said that disgusting message obviously needs to get a life, grow up, and hopefully is banned from NASCAR. I hope all racist fans are banned from NASCAR. That is just ridiculous right there. That is so ridiculous, guys. That's one of the number one things I will not tolerate ever. So, yeah. So, hopefully, hopefully I can make a point across. So, yeah. But back to the race itself, guys. Kyle Larson just dominated. How did Kyle Larson have such a fast car, guys? And I heard that Kyle Larson he is good on dirt, obviously, but the track is slick, that it's almost like a dirt track. So I think maybe that's why Kyle Larson won this. And remember, he won the truck race too, so, man, it's something. It is truly something. And, so, yeah, Kyle Larson won the All-Star race, and He's now a three-time All-Star winner, 2019, 20. You guys want to just notice every other year, Kyle Larson's winning All-Star race, and I think in 2025, Kyle Larson's going to win the All-Star race in 2025, guys. I have a feeling that's going to happen. Next year we may see a different driver, but the 2025, Kyle Larson I think is going to be winning the All-Star race, guys. So, I mean, other than that, there really hasn't been any where really this race wasn't really chaotic or controversial like it was last year. At least it wasn't controversial in the race with caution coming out just before when a car gets to the start finish line. Remember what happened with Ryan Blaney last year? Thank gosh it wasn't like that again. So yeah, the racing's been really interesting. Definitely one of the most interesting weekends of NASCAR I'd like to watch. And yeah, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the race results.
Here's the race result. Kyle Larson obviously won the race, finished first. 2311 Racing finished second, third with Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick. I'm extremely happy for that. Chase Briscoe finishes fourth. Riding out the top five is Chase Elliott. Ryan Blaney sixth. Daniel Suarez seventh. Eric Jones will finish eighth today. He was in the back for the most part, but then as this race goes on, he was able to get there. Ty Gibbs finishes ninth. Joey Logano rounds out the top 10. Ross Chastain, tried to come from the back a few times. Got a speeding penalty. He finishes 11th. Christopher Bell 12th, Denny Hamlin 13th, and Martin Truex 14th. Josh Berry 15th, still substituting for Alex Bowman. 16th, Chris Buescher. 17th, Austin Dillon. 18th, and Kevin Harvick racing that 29 car. 19th, Brad Keselowski. 20th, William Byron. 21st, Austin Cindric. 22nd, Kyle Busch. 23rd, Noah Gragson, who had that damage from that open. And then last place is Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who spun out.
So in conclusion, guys, this race was a race that happened last night. Pretty solid. Less than under 2 hours. It was good. But the next race will be NASCAR's hometown race, Charlotte Motor Speedway, for the Coca-Cola 600. And yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be another night race, and it's definitely gonna be a long run, guys. Last year, I reacted to the Coca-Cola 600 last year. This year, I'm not planning on doing that. Not planning on doing that. So yeah. So in conclusion, NASCAR brings back to North Wilkesboro, which for a lot of people, it's pretty exciting. So I could see that because I would say this is one of the most interesting race NASCAR races I've watched because North Wilkesboro I don't know much about that track, so yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna give this race an All-Star race a 6 out of 10 for this one because I watched the North Wilkesboro racing. It's been decent, been pretty solid. So six right there, 6 out of 10 for the All-Star race, and yeah, I think that's all I had to cover, guys. So yeah, the All-Star race. The racing's been solid. Kyle Larson is now a three-time All-Star race winner. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace.